Oh, man. Welcome to the OMFL News After Dark. This is your boy Brady Sr. Gonna talk about the stats for the day, stats of the week, because right now we're on hold. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope everybody's being safe and sound, getting that shopping in. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about game of the week for the current week, week 6. We're also gonna talk about, looks like we're gonna talk about some standings. Might even get into some stat leaders for offense, defense. Then we'll talk about the power rankings, and then we'll talk about players of the week. And then we'll talk about the going zone with another fucking update by EA in this game of Madden, this juncture already in this season. So, yeah, a lot going on, but stay live, stay tuned. This is your boy Brady Sr. with the OMFL News After Dark. We'll be right back after this. Peace. Hey, Brady on the track. Hey, break it down now. Hey, break it down now. Hey. Anyway, what's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Brady Sr., man. Hopefully you having some happy holiday spirit, and hopefully getting that Thanksgiving turkey and that gravy still pouring. But let's talk about the power rankings real quick, man, for current week 6. Texans at 1, Cowboys at 2, Buccaneers at 3, Lions at 4, Chiefs at 5, Ravens at 6, Panthers at 7, Bengals at 8, Cardinals at 9, and the Patriots at 10. That's what the shakeup is right now. It looks like we have still a couple teams that's got to play this week. Looks like we have Patriots got to play, Cardinals got to play, and the Buccaneers have to play, and them Texans. But yo, stay locked, man. We're gonna keep this beat rolling, and we're gonna talk about last week's player of the week. Peace. Yeah, I told y'all, man, I'll be right back at it is. Gotta talk about the players of the week. Hey. So it looks like last week's top players went to, on the offensive side, went to Saquon Barkley, 18 carries, 189 yards, 4 TDs. And then on the defensive side, it looks like Bernardrick. Woo! Say that 3 times fast. Bernardrick McKinney the third. No, I'm just playing. Looks like Bernard McKinney, left outside linebacker, was the defensive player of last week. 6 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 0 forced fumbles. But yeah, man, that name was a mouthful. Just like my mouth was full of that Thanksgiving dinner yesterday. But, hey, I digress, man. I hope everybody enjoyed their time there with the family and whatnot. Be safe. We'll be right back, man. This is your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. Yeah. Yeah. All right, man, it's your boy Brady Sr. with the OMFL News After Dark. Gonna talk about, let's see, man. We're gonna talk about these statistical leaders real quick, man. Let's see if we can run through it. On the offensive side, man, it looks like we have Daniel Jones leads all quarterbacks with 62.8 completion percentage, 2,023 yards, averaging 9.1 yards a pass, 16 TDs, but he's got 15 interceptions and 10 sacks on the season. Up next at the rushing stats, you got my boy B-Mo out there in Jacksonville. Ben Morris leads all rushes with 112 attempts, 785 yards, 7 yards per carry, longest of 74, 2 fumbles on the season. It looks like he's got 5 plus 20 runs, 5 break tackles, and then he's got 10 TDs already on the season. And then let's top it off with the receiver. Steven Vincent out of the Chargers, 46 reps, 821 yards, averaging almost 18 yards per catch. 68 long, got 6 drops on the season, 6 TDs, and he's got a 219 guy. But that's the offensive side, man. Stay tuned, stay live, man. We'll be right back after this, giving you the defensive side, man. Yo, what's up, man? This is your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. I know right now the Press Pass Live has been on hiatus with the holiday season going on, but still hit that like. Damn sure hit that subscribe. And stay tuned and stay locked every week as we give you fresh and new content to soak your eardrums with every week. So, with that being said, man, make sure you hit those buttons. We'll be right back, man. We got more news after this. I told you to be right back, y'all. Yeah, I told you to be right back. Man, if you're listening to the stream right now, man, it's your boy Brady Sr. with the OMFL News After Dark, man. Hey, somebody trade your boy an offensive lineman. Man, damn, come on, y'all. Give me a stud so my boy B-Mo and the running machine can get off this season. But, I digress, man. Let's jump right back into what we was doing, man. We was talking about statistical leaders. Let's go over to the defensive side right now. Samson, back out of Kansas City, leads everybody with 13 sacks, but he's got 17 tackles, 13 sacks, 2 forced fumbles on the season. He leading all sack leaders right now. Then over to the tackle leader, Deion Jones. But it's actually a 4-way tie at the top. Looks like it's a 4-way tie for the top spot with Deion Jones, Lorenzo Carter, C.J. Mosley, and Jayon Brown, all with 28 tackles. And then last but not least, we're talking about the interception leaders. It's a 2-way tie with Anthony Brown at 7 and Dante Jackson of the Panthers with 7. So, and Anthony Brown, by the way, is a Cowboy. But you still got some boys right there behind them, right on their heels. It's a huge tie for third. Everybody with 5 picks, but yeah. But that's your defensive side. We'll be right back. Hey. We'll be right back. Yeah. Welcome back, man. It's your boy Brady Senior giving you the OMFL news after dark, man. We rolling through it, but I am piling on a lot of minutes here, so we're gonna try and streamline it, get this down. But yeah, let's talk about the too soon playoff standings. So right now in the AFC, man, you have the Texans at the 1, Chiefs at the 2, Ravens at the 3, Patriots at the 4, Bengals at the 5, the Jets at the 6, and you have the Jaguars at the 7. It looks like the bubble teams are the Dolphins, Steelers, and Browns in that order on the AFC side. And then we jump over here to the NFC. You have the Cowboys at the 1, Bucks at the 2, Lions at the 3, Cardinals at the 4, Panthers at the 5, Packers at 6, football team at 7, and then in order, like I said before, you have Seattle at 8, 49ers at 9, Vikings at 10. I mean, hey, let me know in the comments who you think is a pretender or a contender, man, this season. Because, man, you know, both sides of the ball, man, we still got 3 teams undefeated, 2 in the NFC, 1 in the AFC, and yeah, some things is going on. So stay locked, stay tuned, man. This shake-up is bound to happen. Yeah, welcome back to the OMFL News After Dark, y'all. This your boy Brady Senior, man. We getting ready to talk about Game of the Week. So current week, man, the Game of the Week on tap is the Texans 5-0 versus the Patriots 3-1. Per Daddy Leagues, the prediction is a 26-25 victory in favor of the Patriots this week. And then, yeah, that's the Game of the Week. That's what's on tap. That's what the prediction is. Looking at the stats, man, I don't know. We'll have to see. But in this game, apparently in this game, there's supposed to be 3 turnovers for the Patriots, 1 for the Texans. And I'll be the first one to tell you, man, you can't make too many mistakes versus that squad. And you definitely got to watch his running back for the Texans. I think his name is Little. That boy's the real deal. But yeah, that's the Game of the Week. Stay tuned, stay locked to see what the final score is on that one. But yeah, Daddy Leagues, Patriots, victors, 26-25. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Brady Senior, man, giving you the OMFL News After Dark. This is it, the ending of another show. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. But before we jump out of here and head over to my man GrownFolks Nick at the Press Pass Live, listen, man, when it comes to FPR and rules in general, let's make sure we all do our part to be as close to the vest as possible, because as of late, all game plays, even mine included at time, has gotten a little gray in the area. And I've already had my get to the principal office conversation. But for those of you that haven't made it to one of those conversations yet, I'm here to tell you right now, dress it up or ship out. Because eventually you'll get called to that office one too many times, and you'll be put on sanctions, and then eventually you'll be put on reviews, and then you just won't make the cut. So if you love the content, you love the league, you got to do your part to make sure that everybody is dressed right, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, man, it's your boy Brady Sr. I don't mean to preach to you, and I'm sure the hell not your damn daddy. So you keep doing what you do, but at the end of the day, don't say I didn't warn you. But I'm out of this piece, man. We out of here. Press Pass Live up next. Peace.
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Press Pass Live. I'm laughing over here because my camera's frozen. This is so stupid. I gotta be honest. This is stupid. This is just stupid. I've worked out all the kinks. Everything was working just fine. Yeah, I don't know. 2 minutes ago, even up to the point of launch, everything was great. And now, and my camera goes out. That's amazing. That's what that is. Are we back? We are back. There we go. That's the way this thing goes, man. Oh, I know, Vikings. It is. This PlayStation 5 has made me want to throw it away. A couple rants before we even get going here. Number one, I hate this controller. It is. I don't even have my Scuff is in my room. I was going to wear my OMFL jersey, but I put it over there, and I don't even have it on me. I'm just rocking some GrownFolks here real quick. But number one, I hate this controller. It's top heavy. It feels plasticky to me, but I don't play with normal PlayStation controllers. I've always had a Scuff, and so I don't know if it's just because it's been so long since I've actually played with a PlayStation controller. I do like the triggers. Those are nice. But outside of that, I don't love this controller. The touchpad seems bigger. At least it is here than it was on my Scuff. And the start buttons are smaller and the share buttons. And so when I'm playing some of my games, like shooters and stuff, you got to hit start. And I'm missing it constantly. I got to look down and look for it. So number one, I hate the controller. Number two, I hate the fact that... I can't get it to play 4K on my TV. You know, I have a super nice TV. And there's just you guys seen the other night when I tried to play 4K. I got it 4K on my TV, but it was blurry on your end, so I had to turn the HDR off. I've emailed Elgato again to find out what the heck the deal is, and I haven't heard back from them. And so now no 4K. It still looks just fine, though, and we got here. Everything seems to be working now. So we're going to do a little bit new Press Pass Live, do something different. Normally we have an agenda and we make it like really, agenda heavy, and we kind of go through the bullet items, but I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. My other technology's freaking out. I got an iPad right here that all of a sudden, right as we hit go live, like play the opening video, not the OMFL news, but as we turn the opening video on, the iPad went, nope, I don't want to be connected no more. I'm done. So yeah, luckily I've moved things around to where I now have access to everything that I need, and my chat now is over there. And so yeah, I think we're good. But anyway, back to, we're gonna just do raw and kind of off the cuff and just kind of talk about whatever is on my mind at the moment. And we're gonna start off with a couple of games here. So let's get over to the game section, get you guys off of me. Bam, there we go. Let's get over here to look at a few games, because there was actually some really good games that have happened over the last couple weeks. None of those are you want to look at. Let's look at some of these here. I even tested everything, so let me know, Trey. Everything should be good with my sound. Nothing should be laggy or anything. Yeah, it's a brand new. Like, I literally just bought it a week before I left for vacation. It came in while I was on vacation. It's 2.0. It's totally compatible with my Mac, and so I don't have to run a third party. It's made to run 4K pass-through so that you can get 4K on your television and then 1080p stream. The 4K, where you get 4K pass-through and 4K stream, is way too expensive. I can't afford it. So, and most people can't watch in 4K. They're watching on their phone and stuff. And so right now, I'm not going to make that jump. I'll make that jump a little later, but I still want 4K on my TV. I still want the 4K pass through. And I don't even know how to tell. Maybe you do, Trey. I don't even know how to 100% tell that you're getting 4K on your pass through. So, I don't know, a lot more research to come over the next couple of weeks as I get some time off. So anyway, let's look back at a couple of games. I want to go back to week 6. Of course, we have to talk about this one right here, the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Matter of fact, Pepper actually submits a question and a little bit later on the mailbag asking if he should retire, which is not technically a question. Well, I guess technically it is a question, but doesn't count. Okay, it's more of a statement the way that you put it in the question. The answer to that question is yes, you should retire, as we all should if we ever beat D Money. But he comes away with a 23-17 victory. Some odd stats here: 14 first downs, but he had 291 passing yards, only 91 passing yards. I can't prove it, won't prove it, but I think D-Money's full tank mode. He knows how quarterbacks are playing. He kind of wants to prove a point that he can build up a low-rated quarterback. I think he's going to learn really quickly that that's not that easy. And now he's gathering picks and going full tank mode, and it's probably going to work out just well for him, and he'll win another 50 championships. Russell Wilson had an okay day, I guess, 297, 3 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. Tommy Green now coming into the starting position. He didn't play this game, though. I don't think this was Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray was shipped off, and so those stats are gone. No one really had a great rushing game. Carson, 17 for 60. Drake, 9 for 55. Just didn't touch the ball enough to really make it count. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get Penguins to help me. Penguins has been real quiet this year, but I'm gonna have to ask him to help me out. But here's the big stat that I wanted to point out: DK Metcalf, 11 for 238 and 3 touchdowns, really showing up good for the Seattle Seahawks. Brian Jameson showing what he does. He is Mr. Pyle Jr., who I still argue should be in the Hall of Fame, whether you tanked for him or not. The guy was a Hall of Famer. And just like steroid use, we should just whatever, it is what it is, and let's just move on with our lives. The guy should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. There's so many confusing things that were in there just now. A couple other games that came out last week that I thought were really good, because we just moved to week 9 a few minutes ago. New York Jets and Indianapolis Colts. Bill coming away with his first victory. I think he played this game. Bill, you have to let me know in chat if you played this game or not. 31-20. Really good game there. Kansas City and the Browns played to a much tighter game than I expected, 24-17. Chicago coming away with a big victory there, 13-10 against Minnesota. Buffalo, I think, got a sim win. I think this was one of the last games that we were kind of waiting on. This was actually my game against Bloop this week. This was a fun game. This is one of the few games that I actually have enjoyed in the last few weeks, which makes me think, with the latest updates, with our sliders, let's breathe, cross our fingers, hope that we got there. But 121 rushing yards. I didn't rush the ball nearly as many times as I should have. Both of us had pretty efficient quarterbacking, just not for big plays. Both defenses did a good job of limiting the big plays, 164 to 196. A lot of that 196 came on a big play late in this game that ended up putting this game away. 13 first downs to 13 first downs. 3 turnovers, though, for my Saints really ended up hurting me. I didn't mean to exit out there. So look at a few players' stats. Worthington, 220, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a long of 59. The long of 59 was a play that happened late in the fourth quarter. I was in the lead. I want to say I was up 10. He went for a big bomb on third down, one-handed catch, tight coverage. The guy makes one-handed grab, touchdown, 59 yards. And then the very next 2 plays later, the very next drive for the Saints, my backup running back was getting a carry. He gets hit and he fumbles. I mean, he literally pitches it right to the defender for a fumble 6. They took the lead, and I didn't have enough time to make a comeback there. Gore, again, played pretty efficiently. He did have 1 throw, though. 1 interception was my fault, but 1 was just, I made the right read, everything. It was 25 yards off of the mark, thrown right to him. Alvin Kamara, good game, 12 for 56, just 12 carries, and that's what sucked for me. Sony Mitchell, 17 for 107. I think a lot of those came on one big run. Yeah, 13 came on one nice run there, but good consistent running. He got a lot of that late when he was putting that game away against me. Nothing super to brag about except for Kirkland Hyde, who had that one big long touchdown grab over here. And then looking at the defense, a bunch of sacks from my Saints. Winovich just ate freaking my new right tackle alive. Pickney had a sack, Davenport had a sack, and Carey had a sack. So it's good to see my Saints getting some pressure there. And I even did a little Saints and Sinners last night as I tested out some things. Came out like crap, but at least I'm starting to figure out this new system and get the bugs worked out as we kind of progress and get some new things here. LA Rams, Seattle Seahawks in a 21-17 game there. Las Vegas putting up a lot of points, 52-38. Dallas with a big win, 32-29 against Tampa Bay, who I play next. Tennessee with their first victory against Arizona, 24-16, and then Carolina with a 30-13 victory there. I want to look at a couple of teams here and look at some standings. We'll run through some standings, and as we kind of go through some standings, I'll look at a few teams that really stuck out to me. Yeah, Trey, you're playing really good. We're going to talk about your team here in just a little bit. Let's look at the AFC North. Ravens in complete control, but I have to give it, the Bengals have played much better this season. Now, they've stumbled here in the last 2 weeks, as you can see, with losing 2 games back-to-back. They were sitting at 4-1 just not long ago. But outside of those 2 games, if they can really turn it back around, they may be able to push the Ravens here. Browns and Steelers, though, are big questions. Browns, they kind of are hit and miss. They're kind of that up-and-down team. He was looking to make a bunch of moves, and I think he may even have made a few moves. I'm not sure what moves exactly he made. I think Massimo's going to turn around. I just have hope that Massimo's going to turn around. He's too good of a GM and an owner to not turn it around. But I got to call Cly out. I had a conversation with Cly the other day. Cly is one of my favorite humans that we have here. He's been pretty unplugged for a little bit. I don't know if that's personal reasons or if he just doesn't like the game anymore. But I can tell you that this is not the Clyde that I'm used to seeing. His energy is low. He admits he doesn't play the game much. I guess he just doesn't enjoy it. He didn't say that, but that's the assumption. He's giving up 197 points, which is going to put him top 3 in the entire league from a guy who's known for his defense. His heart isn't in it, and I hope, because I've seen this before, that this doesn't turn into him losing ownership here. I hope he doesn't retire or quit because he gets so frustrated, because he's such a good dude. He's one of those good humans that you need in your league to build a good, solid league, and Clyde's been such an amazing owner here. I hope he doesn't give up, and I hope that with the new updates and the sliders, he feels like he's more in control and can play a little bit more, but it's disappointing to kind of see exactly how this has gone. Look at the AFC South. Texans with 6-2, man, they've turned things around. I don't even know who owns the Texans anymore, because I know they went under some ownership change since Savante has stepped away. But man, this guy's got this team rolling. He's playing good football. He lost his last game, but he was sitting at 6-1. Just kind of come out of nowhere. The Titans took a massive step back. Not what you expected from Dawson, but he was like me. He had to make some salary cap implications. He lost his quarterback. He wasn't able to go out there and find a quarterback. And if you start playing with these 60 overall quarterbacks, it's very hard to win games. It just is. The Colts under Bill, I think you're going to see them turn the corner, start to make better GM decisions. Bill has been right there every single game with the Falcons. It sucks. I still hate you, Bill, for leaving the NFC South because I can't build rivalries. Everybody freaking leaves the NFC South and it just freaking sucks. But you're going to be a powerhouse in the AFC, and you're going to get this Colts team turned around. I'm jealous that you got Kyler because I was not able to afford the price tag that was on Kyler, and good on you. I wouldn't want to pay Kyler what he's going to want to be paid here pretty soon, but such is the life of the OMFL right now. You're either going to pay quarterbacks or you're not, and if you're not, then you're going to struggle. The Jaguars and Brady, thanks for your OMFL news. We did a special one while I was on vacation. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. I think it came out pretty cool. And then, of course, the OMFL news was on the stream as soon as we got here. So if you missed it, go back and watch the stream when it's all over. But he's got his team playing well. New quarterback. He's playing good defense. He's playing great offense. 231 points is the best offense in this division, and he's won 3 straight. Look at the AFC East. You got the Patriots at 6-1, the Dolphins at 4-3, the Jets at 3-4, the Bills at 2-6. Bloop is playing really good, and what's interesting about this team is, of course, he's got Worthington, but he doesn't have a ton of other really amazing playmakers, and he just is able to just steady Eddie. Plays really good defense. I think what got me against him is his defensive sacks off that right side. I just wasn't able to protect my quarterback. He will force you into some tough throws. You got to be able to eat the sacks, check the ball down. And if you play efficient, you're going to play him close. Man, his team just makes plays. And Bloop is such a good team builder. The team here that surprises me are these two, the Jets and the Dolphins. Dolphins had the best draft, in my opinion, all of last season. And he's sitting at 4-3. Now, he has won 2 straight, so he's starting to turn the corner here. But I thought Tua was going to be tearing the league up. He's such a great rusher. I know his rusher is in the top half of the league, but I really thought that defense and that rushing was going to carry him. I will give it to him, though. It doesn't seem, unless I've missed it, that he's doing what he did with the Vikings in last Madden, where he went out and traded for a bunch of superstars, and it just didn't gel, didn't come together for him. It looks like he's trying to build this thing naturally through the draft using smart money, and I think that's going to pay off for the Dolphins in the long run. And then Tim just seems to be off this season. I played him, and he has a dominant running game. Has to work on those cutbacks a little bit, but he's lost 3 straight here after starting out 3-1, and you just kind of question, where is his team at here? 4-1 now. You're starting to run out of time here in the AFC, and I really think Tim's gonna have to turn them around. And Outlaw's such a good player. When I played him, made good decisions, and when he makes good decisions, he plays good football. The problem is he doesn't stay with making good decisions, and that always hurts Outlaw. Get a sip of the agua here. So Outlaw needs to just settle down, which reminds me, I owe the Eagles some feedback because he asked me to help him out. So Outlaw, I don't know if he's getting mentored, but he needs to settle down. He needs to put up more points than 80. He needs to just play a little bit more steady defense, and I think he'll be just fine. AFC West, you got the Chiefs. They're kind of the king of the AFC right now. 7-1. Raiders 2-5. Broncos 2-5. Chargers 2-5. Look, the Chiefs putting up tons of points. I think they're 1 or number 2 in offense, 305. He's playing tremendous football. I mean, that team has skill position players on top of skill position players. I would not want to deal with his depth issue. I would not want to deal with his salary cap issue. But man, Chiefs are the cream of the crop, exactly where we expected Penguins to be for a while now. Here's my surprise team. Now, Raiders and Broncos, we've seen this before, right? We've seen them go up and down, up and down, up and down. Some good seasons, playoffs, and then come out of nowhere. Broncos just traded away their import quarterback as they kind of are waving the white flag on this season. It's going to be interesting to see these teams that have dipped out of the quarterback races. What's it mean for free agency? What's it mean for teams like me who are looking to pick up a quarterback? And what's going to happen to the draft? Are we going to see some reaches? Are good players going to fall? It's just going to make for an interesting season. The Raiders, with so much talent, I don't really know what their deal is. I mean, they have the defense, they have speed, they have youth, they have a great running game. I'm just not sure where the deal is. And here's the team that I was completely wrong on so far. Started out 2-0. He's lost 5 straight. This is the guy that I said was going to rule in the AFC. He's got the quarterback. He's got the receivers galore. I mean, he's got 4 or 5 deep. The top 3 could be starters on any team in the OMFL. And he's scored 131 points, the least amount of points in his division. Even though he's playing pretty okay defense, he's just not putting up the points, and I don't know why. I need to dig at his team, I guess, a little bit, but I don't understand what's going on with the Chargers, because that's a team that I expected to play much better football. If we look at the top teams here, I think it is now 6, the top 6 get in, if that's right. I think that's right. That can't be right. The top 7? It's the top 7, isn't it? It's the 4 division winners and 2 wild cards. That's 6. But I know the top one gets a bye. I don't know. Maybe you guys in the chat know. I don't know. It's 11 o'clock at night. My brain's starting to melt a little bit. But you got the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Patriots, the Texans, which is a surprise team there, Jaguars, Bengals, Dolphins, Jets, Browns, all kind of in the running. But I really think that these teams here, Browns and Jets, are running out of time. It's really going to be Dolphins, Bengals, Jags, Texans, Patriots, Ravens, Chiefs. Those are going to be the teams that are really in the mix here. Look at a couple of NFC teams here. NFC North, Trey, you're here. You got your team exactly where I thought your team would be at 6-1, playing really, really good football. I mean, you bought that in, you didn't bring in, but Cooley bought the import cornerback over. I think you picked up a really top 7. Thanks, Bill. I think you picked up a really good running back. You've got some good receivers. There's just a lot of playmakers. I know that you drafted a really good middle linebacker. So sitting at 6-1, playing really good football, 155 points against 212 for. So that's the best in both of those categories in your division, playing great football. The teams that shocked me are really the rest of these. Look, Denver's such a great player. He studies. He's got a good defense. Quarterback position maybe is a little bit iffy, but everything else is pretty much there. And he's sitting here at 4-4. I just thought that he would be a little bit better. Now, he's still got plenty of time to turn it around. We're just at the halfway mark. Just thought that they would have a couple more wins under their belt. Thought they'd be a 6-win team by now. Packers just turning the ball over way too much. I'm not complaining because I got a 2nd-round pick and I need that baby to go as high as possibly. So you just keep on losing games, keep turning the ball over. We're going to talk about your quarterback situation. And then where the hell has happened to the Bears? I mean, they've made it look better here with 2 wins in a row to get themselves to 3 wins. But man, Love has fallen completely off the wagon. Both of these teams turning the ball over like it's a freaking loaf of bread. I mean, they just don't care. They're just handing it out for free. And they're going to have to get that figured out if they're going to compete in this division. NFC South, Panthers, Bucks, Falcons, Saints. I think the potential to be one of the tougher divisions in football. Maniac is playing up to his potential. He probably loves the sliders right now because he's winning, sitting at 7-1. His quarterback's playing super efficient football. He's had a few too many turnovers, but overall, when you compare it to the league, playing pretty good football. He's got to get McCaffrey a few more carries, got to pick up that running game a little bit, but that defense swarms, and they're playing really, really good. I think they're going to win this division. Tampa Bay Buccaneers hit a little bit of a speed bump the last 2 weeks, but the last speed bump was against the the Dallas Cowboys, and he played Dwayne super, super close and tight, so he should be proud of that game. He's sitting at 5-2, putting up a ton of points and playing really, really good defense, which is what they're known for. They're so fast and speedy and athletic on that side of the ball. Falcons have a brand new owner. Bill was like right on the cusp every single game. He was like 1 to 6 points every single game from winning that game. they're getting an owner that I understand is a tremendously good player. He's already won 2 in a row. This team seems to be heating up a little bit, and this team isn't even built under this guy's tutelage. I mean, it just isn't. He didn't build this team just yet, and so I think once he builds this team, he's going to be a pain in my neck for a long time. My team take a massive step backwards. We lost, like I said, on Saints and Sinners, I think 12 either starters or players that played a ton of football, and it's too hard. It's just too hard for me to compete with a 67 overall quarterback. Look at the NFC East. It's all about the Cowboys, right? They're the cream of the crop in the OMFL until they meet D-Money, and then things fall off. So he should be happy that D-Money has traded away Kyler and taken a step back now. They're sitting at 7-0, top offense, top defense. I mean, what do you say about this team? The big team that I wonder about would be first Mo, but he was gone for like 5 weeks, and so it kind of is what it is. The Eagles are trying to rebuild that roster. I'm going to be trying to help him and mentor him. I was out on vacation. Now I'm back. I got to start helping him. But Rob and his football team in Washington, Rob is such a tremendously good player. I think he's starting to put the pieces together. I think the sliders will help fit his style better because it is a more balanced gameplay now. The big question, though, is can we get some consistency out of his quarterback play? He and I played the other game, and it seemed like both of us were trying to lose that game and do everything in our power to lose that game, and neither one of us could. And so we both turned the ball over in overtime, and I think maybe one more draft, and then we'll really see the football team take a step forward. But you're in a buzzsaw division with Dwayne. And then looking at the NFC West, the shocker here that's happened over the last few weeks is the Cardinals have dealt away Kyler Murray, as the Seahawks have now taken that lead with that win over the Cardinals, sitting at 4-3. I've always said when Pepper's winning and having fun, he's engaged, he's a great player. The second he starts losing, he gets in his own head, he starts yapping, takes a step back, his team falls to pieces. So let's see where this stands. I think, again, the Rams have made some moves. 0-0 seems to be working a lot, so he's not super engaged. The Cardinals have moved away their quarterback. What potentially could have been one of the best divisions in all of the OMFL, that has arguably the best player the OMFL has ever seen, may take a couple of steps back here in the second half of the season, and that's weird to say. And this division really now has opened up, and all of these teams are definitely in the running. Let's look at the AFC, or NFC I should say, as a complete whole. You got the Cowboys, Panthers, Lions, Buccaneers, all right up there in the top 4. Seahawks, and so really Buccaneers and Seahawks are going to flip-flop right there, and we're talking about seeding. Then you got the Cardinals, Vikings, and then I guess you could say football team is still in the running. They still have a chance. Packers and Bears still have a chance, as well as the Falcons. I say if any of these teams really turn it around, it would be the Falcons. At least the reputation that he has that comes before him is going to be that the Falcons are going to turn it around. So we're getting into a tight race here. I want to look at a couple of stats here that really stuck out to me as I was going through here. Number one, let's look at these interception leaders, which is just crazy. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, what are you doing, Priest? Come on, you have built such a really good roster, a great defensive line with Cam Jordan kind of anchoring that. We're going to look at those stats here in a little bit. You've got a good running back. You've got playmaking receivers. You're throwing games away with 28 interceptions, 47% completion percentage. But this is what he likes to do, right? Priest just likes to wing it. I just want to have fun. I want to play running gun. I just want to get out there and just freaking throw, go after the big play. If he could just teach himself some discipline, just tone it back, take your shots at really important times in the game, opportune times in the game, get these 28 interceptions down to 18, you tack on 2 more wins immediately to your team, and now you're right there with the Lions at the top of this division. Get 47% to be 62%. and you're going to be right there with the Lions at the top of this division. You've only given up 5 sacks. And so you got to get that under control. There's a couple other guys that stuck out to me. Jordan Love, like, what are you doing? 9 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. What in the Sam Hill of Beans are you doing, Smash? Like, stop turning the ball over so much. At least your percentage is slightly better than Aaron Rodgers. You've been sacked 12 times, though, so seems to be a little bit more pressure on him. But 52%, 21 interceptions with those playmakers that you have at receiver, just not acceptable. And I know that my guy Joey Burrow is playing good percentage, but this just way too many interceptions with 20 interceptions. That team has started to play better. Get that 20 down to 12, you tack on 2 more wins, and now your team can be taken very seriously. Jimmy Baker, Offensive Rookie of the Year potential there. 7 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. Really, really struggling. Jared Goff now is over in Indianapolis, backing him up. Can I get you to cut him, Bill? Like, would you do that? Like, if you'll cut him, I could sure in the hell use him. Even though I don't know that I'd go out and get him now because my season's over, so I might as well just keep losing games. Jared Goff as a backup did not play well when he did get some playing time. 2 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, and you can see why the Colts deep in the gap ended up retiring. Just not good football there. But let's look at the guys who are playing good football. And that's going to be not him, but Patrick Mahomes. 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 72%. That's how you play winning football. And right on his heels, I talked about this with Maniac and the Panthers. Donald McCoy is just playing amazingly good football. 18-7, 68%, 2,070 yards. Of course he is, Bill, because you're a freaking quarterback hog. Deshaun Watson with the Texans, who've turned things around. 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's playing really good football as well. And then this is what Dwayne does, right? He runs the ball, plays great defense, and plays pretty efficient. Those interceptions are a little higher than what I would have expected from him. Tua playing okay football. Get those interceptions down a little bit more, and I think you're going to see even more wins from him. Ben Morris, we got to talk about this kid. Going to be Rookie of the Year. I hope he doesn't win Rookie of the Year and Offensive Player of the Year. That just kind of drives me insane a little bit. Yeah, you did, Brady, but don't worry about it. You can go back and watch it. We did. What did we do? Oh, we did play OMFL News, so you're good to go. It is on there. Ben Morris, man, this is what Brady does, right? He needs this type of thing. He needs a great running back to really build his offense around. Now he's got a good quarterback in Dyson. He's got Ben Morris, going to be a rookie and a player here for a long time. You might even be looking at your import if this guy stays young enough, and he's playing really good football. That team is winning. You got to talk about Ezekiel Elliott, 10 touchdowns, a 6.4 average. Nick Chubb playing pretty good for the Cleveland Browns. Dobbins doing what he does with 15 touchdowns already this season. But Saquon Barkley, 133, 705, 5.3 average, and 17 touchdowns. Just really, really, really crazy stats there. Hopefully the new sliders will tune that down just a little bit. We got to talk about Henry Ruggs. This was one that stuck out to me. This guy's got 26 receptions. It's almost half of what these top dudes have. 952 yards. He's averaging 36.6 yards a catch, 8 touchdowns on the season. Could somebody please put a safety deep on Henry Ruggs? Like, could we manually do that? Can we go ahead and make a play on this kid? Clearly, he's the only offensive weapon that the Las Vegas Raiders have. Why can't you cover him? Terry McLaurin killed me the other day. He's a top receiver. We talked about what Colin is doing. He's going to have a rookie in for Rookie of the Year right there at 53,903. Darius Slayton playing really good for Mo over there. And then DJ Moore helping his Panthers out, playing really, really good football. I want to talk about a couple of these blocking because watch this. This is the question that I have about a couple of these guys. And you can see some of the problems here, right? Ralph Jennings and Mike Pouncey giving up a lot of sacks for the Chargers. we gotta talk about these two right here. Like, how do you even keep a guy? I know one's a rookie and one's a 3-year player, but how do you even keep them at their positions when they're giving up double the amount of sacks as games played? Like, this is just way too many sacks. You got to start putting some help over there. You got to start slide protecting. You got to start leaving in some people. I mean, you got to do something to do that. Y'all got to remember, every time y'all put little cuss words and stuff, I got to go over there, reach over and approve it because it's going to block it. Yeah, these guys would have to go. They would not be able to play on my team at all. Let's look at a couple sack leaders because that's the sexy stat that everybody looks. And this is a big reason why the Chiefs have turned things around as well. Not only that powerful offense, but this kid is just going off. Echabon's got 15 sacks, 29 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. We talked about Cam Jordan helping Green Bay turn things around with 9.5 sacks. Chase Young is a monster, absolutely playing much better football this year with 9.5 sacks. And Daniel Hunter's got 7. Looking at some interceptions, talk about the Panthers and the great defense they're playing. Starts with Deontay Jackson from LSU, 7 interceptions on the year. Pepper playing good here with Bobby Wagner with 7 interceptions. Anthony Brown, I said this on the other Press Pass Live that I recorded. Who the hell is Anthony Brown? Anthony Brown doesn't even know. Anthony Brown looks in the mirror and goes, who's this guy? I don't even know who this guy is, and yet he's leading our league in interceptions. Micah Hyde playing good for the Bills. Ronnie Harrison, Marcus Peters, the old guy, still getting it done over there. So there's still, there was one other guy that I want to show you guys some stats that stuck out to me, and it was in the kick return, and it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can't remember his name here. Jaden Mickens. This guy's just going off in the kick return. He's got the long of 99 for a touchdown, 22 for 622. I mean, he is by far leading this category. No, he's not. I'm sorry. There's a couple other guys that are much higher than him. Why didn't these guys pop up at all? But he is leading in average at 28.3, playing really good football for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, here's an idea. Don't kick it to him. Kick it out of bounds. Kick it somewhere else. So, yeah, that's really the things that I wanted to talk about that really stuck out to me. And here, let's move over to some Press Pass Live questions now. Bam. Some of these were not great questions. I'm calling you guys out. We got to get some better questions. These are not good. My kid needs to go to bed as well. We're getting one. Who's this? Is this Smash? Yeah, we got 2 Smash, 1 Pepper, and 1 Bill. He says, what rookies do you think will make an impact for their team? I think that's a really good question. Let's go and see if we can go look and see at a couple of them. I actually don't know the rookies. It's so hard. Madden doesn't do a good job of letting you see who rookies are and just kind of go through them. I don't think there's any rookie quarterbacks playing well at all. I think my rookie quarterback's going to be one of the top ones. It looks like Baker has a slightly higher percentage on him, as 7 and 17 and 7 and 20. So none of the quarterbacks are playing well. We talked about Jags with Ben Morris. He's playing really good football. I thought there was one other guy that was towards the top here. A bunch of one-year running backs playing some good football this year. There he is, Emmett Bramble. I don't even know if Smash is with us here tonight, but Emmett is playing good football, 94 for 400, 4.3 average, and 2 touchdowns. Of course, receiving, we got a couple of different guys. Stephen Vincent is the cream of the crop so far, 53 for 923, 6 touchdowns on the year. I know, the Bills, Darrell Walden. I played this guy, catches everything in sight. Now, I think what Outlaw was hoping is that he would be his Hall of Fame receiver, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but he is not him. He's a good player, but he's not that kid. And there was also a tight end here that I had seen. Benjamin Young for the Green Bay Packers is probably the better tight end, 31 for 522 and 4 touchdowns. And then if we come over here and look at some defensive leaders, I don't know that we had anything that stuck out until we got to sacks and interceptions. Quentin Derby, there's the middle linebacker I was talking about for the Lions. And this kid, just tremendous player, right? A lot of, if I remember correctly in the draft, this guy had a lot of speed, a lot of strength, and just playmaking ability. He's got 60 tackles on the season, 2 interceptions, and just helping that Lions defense turn some things around over there. I think in sacks, we've got one guy that's towards the top here. Yep, Jarrett Miller for the Atlanta Falcons. So Bill left behind a nice piece there at 6'6", 268 out of Minnesota. He's got 6 sacks on the season already, so playing really good for the Atlanta Falcons. And I think we got a safety, if I remember correctly. Doug Lennon for the Detroit Lions. So a couple of pillars there to go with that import cornerback who just shuts everything down. Don't look now, but the Lions have put together a young, fast, athletic defense that's just making a lot of plays. So there's a couple of rookies that I think are really standing out, at least for right now. Smash asks, do you already have the Lions pinned in for the NFC, but what other teams do you see in the playoffs? And we talked about this a little bit when I was kind of going through the team standings and the teams that really stuck out to me. I think it's going to be tough, right? Of course, the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings are all right there. 4-4 for the Vikings, 3-4 for the Packers, 3-4 for the Bears. I think we'll know more in 2 weeks. This advance and the next, we'll really know which of these teams is going to step up and which of these teams is going to step back. If I had to pick one, it would be the Vikings. They're the more consistent team. But I don't think any do. Maybe there's a chance because of the new wild card, but man, it's gonna be a long shot. Pepper says, after beating D-Money, we talked about that. Yes, you should retire, and no, that does not count as a question. But thank you for submitting something. And then Bill says, the Atlanta Falcons. I love you, Bill. I said this on the other one that I think you watched, and then I ended up taking down because it was just it was terrible. I love the way you guys phrase stuff. I'm looking over here because the chat's over here. I love the way you guys set up questions. He's like, the Atlanta Falcons have 2 players in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, thanks. What teams do you think have the best group of rookies through 7 games? It's tough to say, Bill. If I had to guess, I'm going Detroit. Again, we've got that middle linebacker and that strong safety. Strong safety is going to be in the top 10 in the league in interceptions. Middle linebacker, top 10 in the league in tackles. You've already got, an import cornerback that really helps open up things for that defense. And so if I had to pick one, it would be the Detroit Lions. I think that's a step back because I really thought that was going to be the Miami Dolphins. And stats-wise, we're not seeing it. Maybe he is getting the play that he wants out of those kids. A lot's going to turn around over the next couple weeks. I feel like this, I'm scared to say it, but I feel like they have done a good job with this game, and our sliders are playing really well right now. And because of that, a lot of me wants to say that this could change and we could start to see more consistent play. And so let's look again at this, in week 13, week 14, as we get towards the end of the season, which kind of brings me to my last little piece here. And that's going to be sliders. I am so sick of listening to grown men talk about how they're not playing this game anymore and they hate this game. They're going to retire and they're going to not play it anymore. And this is a waste don't play. Like, you're a grown up. Act like it. If it annoys you this much, then don't play. Like, we love you, but I don't expect anyone to keep doing something that you don't enjoy. Sliders suck and we got to figure it out. But this is the game that we've been given. I'm looking like a hot mess tonight. I gotta say that too. I got this stupid hat that doesn't quite. Not all hats are created equal. I found that out after. You know what the hat this is, right, Bill? This is the hat I won from you when my Astros beat your Yankees. And of course, these crazy white glasses that I wear when I take my contacts out. But anyway, I'm just kind of sick of, if you don't want to play, don't play. But like Mama said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. There's this sign that is in New Orleans that became popular. It's an artistic sign that hangs outside of a business, and they started making them. And it's like, be nice or leave. That's really, why is my internet giving hiccups? I don't know what that was about. Just out of nowhere, my internet was like, nope, I don't want to play anymore. Anyway, be nice or leave. Like, that's the way it goes. Like, if you're that angry, go play something else that you enjoy, or go play something in addition to. Like, I don't want to lose anybody. I want everybody to stay. And I'm working really hard to figure out these sliders. And I do think that they played really good. I had a fun game against Bloop. It was like one of those games I was waiting for something crazy to happen and be like, stupid mad. But it was like, no, it was just fun. It was a fun game, even though I lost with some crazy plays. So I'm encouraging you to do the same. Find some other way. I don't know what that means, Maniac. I was trying to make sense of your message. I'm sorry. It was so mind melting. I had to stop and lean over and look at it crazy. Yes, my internet went crazy. I don't know why. It just all of a sudden out of the blue. We had a couple bad storms while I was gone, and this is I pay you guys would I pay a mortgage just for my internet. Like literally, it could be a mortgage for a small home in most cities in America. How much I pay for this internet, and it just drives me insane. But it's the best that we can get. We don't have fiber here in my neighborhood just yet. So anyway, I'm trying some new things. We're getting the string kinks worked out. We're getting the internet kinks worked out. At least I hope. Fingers crossed. And we're doing some new things with the equipment here, with some new angles, and just trying to give you guys a better look. I've got some cool stuff that's going to be on the back soon. I ordered me some new lights for Christmas, and I'm going to put them on the back wall there. So hopefully you guys will see some cool stuff here and pretty soon, and hopefully you enjoy it, and we'll figure out how to get 4K pass-through on my TV. Somebody tell Penguins to help me out. I need some help here. So I'm going to open it up. If you guys want something to talk about, let's talk about it. If not, we're going to put a bow on the show. This is kind of what I want to do moving forward is Press Pass Live not to be so agenda heavy and really be this interaction with you guys where I just talk about hot button things that kind of stick out to me. Tonight I kind of kept it simple and just did a quick run through because I was more worried about the technology and making sure everything played nice. Thanks, Maniac. Yeah, when you can get it to work right. I think we're getting it kinked. We're getting it figured out. But anyway, it's just going to be like whatever sticks out to me. We're just going to talk about it. It's going to be raw and uncut, and I want some interaction with you guys. And so I want you guys to talk with me as we kind of go back and forth here. And you know, you talk about this poor Jags defense, but I got to disagree with that. I mean, let's look at what we got here. I know that you guys I've set it up to where you can see what I'm looking at now. Look at some team stats. Look at defense. Yeah, I guess you're right. You're on the bottom half of the league in total defense. But you're right in the middle of the league in pass defense. Wow, that's a shocker. I didn't expect this from you. You are in the bottom half of the league in rush defense at 939 yards a game. And that's not your game, right? Usually you play better than that. And that's going to be something easy for you to clean up. You are in the bottom half of the league in sacks. So it looks like you got some work to do there. But you're towards the top half of the league in fumbles. And I guess that's something to be proud of. And you're right in the middle of the road in interceptions. So really it's just your rush defense. If you could get your rush defense fixed, I think your defense will be just fine. I mean, overall, though, your team is winning. You're sitting at 5-2. You've got the playmakers that you've been trying to go and get, and things seem to be moving in the right direction for you. So I don't know that there's a whole lot for you to complain about. What'd you miss on the hot seat? Oh, it was what was it? Oh, you changed it for whatever reason. You changed. There's a section to where after you kind of type in your podcast or your article, there's the next section where you can pick how it's displayed. Don't change that because that threw everything in a funk for some reason. So that's not really an option I can take off where you don't have an option to pick something. Just leave it on default because the default is set up with the color schemes and everything else. I wasn't going to do that for 50 of those options or whatever there is. I think that was the only thing. So I just had to put you back on default. Yeah, you say you can't stop a water leak, but you're not doing too bad. Again, you'll get that rush defense figured out. Your team will be just fine, and you'll be able to keep rolling here. Let me see if Mr. Big Hurt has messaged me. He did not. Oh. So it looks like Big Hurt may want to play. I'm going to see it now. So let me go ahead and put a bow on the show, guys. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me and working through all these technical difficulties. There's still some more stuff to figure out so I can make sure I'm getting 4K. I'm going to put the bat signal up and see if Penguins can come help me figure, because I actually don't even know, like, how do you know that you're seeing 4K? I don't know. I just know I have a 4K TV and I should be getting 4K. And when I set all the stuff for HDR, it went totally haywire, and I don't know why. It just made me want to cry. I was losing my mind the other night, and so Bear Saban. I just realized that our boy with the Dolphins, Mr. Ross himself, Mr. Alabama Pride himself, I'm sure he has an Alabama elephant tattooed on his penis. He wrote his head coach name as Bear Saban. Let that sink in. Just take a moment. Bear Saban. I don't even know what to say about that. Disappointing rookies before we wrap it up. Maniac, good question. Would be the quarterbacks. Even the 49ers, who got the best rated quarterback, he's not playing good football. I don't know that any of the other guys are even getting some starting opportunities. The top guys that I know, like I'm starting one, but he was a 4th round pick. I know a couple other guys went in the 2nd and 3rd round, but I don't know that they're even getting starting opportunities. I don't even know who else sticks out because, again, I don't have it memorized. But the Dolphins, I would expect their guys to be putting up a little bit better stats. I do think that they're playing better football as of late, and so maybe that's going to be what they need to start seeing some of their rookies play better. So guys, I appreciate you. I got lots of love for all of you. I appreciate my guy Brady putting out the OMFL news for me and helping me out with that. Tune in next week. We'll be back on Sunday, and we'll be doing this live again. And now that we've got the kinks worked out, you're going to start seeing a few more changes as we kind of progress here over the next couple of months, because I'm going to get a lot of time off. I think I just put in for 8 days off, including my I put in for 8 days, and then I already got 5 days. So I get like 13 days off in the month of December and beginning of January. So I'm going to be spending some time doing a little bit of a redesign for some of my stuff here. Yeah, Big Hurt, you missed that. I think my biggest surprises, and then I'm going to wrap it up and go play Big Hurt. My surprises really are going to be the Steelers, the Jets, the Dolphins a little bit, even though they're turning it around. I thought that team would just need one season to really get things rolling, and his quarterback's playing pretty good. The Bengals are surprised because they are playing better football. The Giants are kind of surprised, but he missed 5 games. He was gone, so I don't know that really counts as a surprise. The Panthers playing up to their potential are a bit of a surprise. I mean, they're playing dominant football. The Redskins taking a step back or a surprise for me. Step back isn't fair. I just thought he would have the team to really start to compete And then I'm trying to think who else I'm missing here. The 49ers, I thought, would start to make some steps forward. So maybe those are some of the surprises. Get those some questions submitted for next Press Pass Live. Again, we're going to start trying to mix this up and do more of an interaction with you guys, talk about the subjects that stick out to me, and then just talk with you and kind of back off of the agenda. I'll still cover some of my favorite games each week, and then we'll tie into it. If you're staying up late, come join us for some Bucks and Saints football. I'm going to take this down and put that right back up, and in the Big Hurt, I'll message you and be ready to play. So, guys, have a great rest of your week. God bless you. Peace.